Imagine being in the Formula 1 car. Must be very powerful, that.
Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton was born in Stevenage, north of London in 1985. He is the son of Anthony Hamilton and Carmen Larbalistier. At the age of just 2 years old, his parents separated. He spent his early years with his mom, and by age 6, he moved in with his dad. Like any kid, Hamilton needs to be kept busy, so his dad got him a remote-controlled car. What started out as a toy for leisure time quickly led him to competing against adults in RC races.
Okay, let's do that. Straight back on the track. I'm going to be lapped. Hope his speed drop back on. And cars are over me all the time. And we have a winner. Who won the race? Lewis, well done. Congratulations.
His father saw his potential, and by the time he was 8, his father got him a used go-kart for Christmas.
And he bought me a go-kart from the Loot, I think it's from the Loot newspaper. It's been owned by like 5 or 6 families. And we drove it around the B&Q car park and up and down the street where we live.
This wasn't an easy purchase. To cover frequent expenses, such as racing fees and maintenance, Anthony had to work 4 different jobs.
After his first race, I knew I was in trouble and needed more money, so I then picked up some other jobs, some odd jobs. One of them was dishwashing, and one of them was putting up signboards for a local estate agent, which didn't pay much, but it all helped.
He was also Lewis's manager and chief mechanic. Anthony devoted every ounce of his time and energy to making sure Lewis could race. Financial issues weren't their only problem. At the time, kart racing was white-dominated. Being the only black kid on the track, and yet still managing to get to the podium every time, must have rubbed others the wrong way. They were quite easy to look down on, but this didn't matter to them.
We don't get involved with people who have problems about whether we win or what colour we are or whatever the issue might be for them. The fact is that, we're here to race, and so, we go out on the track and we do our best.
Racing brought them together. It was a common interest they shared, something they eagerly looked forward to. At an awards ceremony, Lewis was fortunate enough to meet Ron Dennis, the McLaren boss.
When I met Ron Dennis, I asked for his autograph in my autograph book. I asked for him to put his address down and his phone number. And he wrote in the autograph book, phone me in 9 years and we'll sort something out then.
Lewis was now officially on Ron's radar. All he needed to do to keep the momentum going was win more championships. And that he did. Ron was impressed with the young driver. He eventually offered a sponsorship deal for Hamilton to join McLaren's driver development program. In the contract, there was an option for a future Formula 1 spot. He was 13 at the time. His journey to F1 had begun. Hamilton rose rapidly through the junior ranks, from Formula Renault to Formula 3 Euro Series. In 2006, he won the GP2 championship. Hamilton was promoted in 2007 alongside reigning champ Fernando Alonso. Hamilton became the first black driver to race in F1. In 2007, his rookie season, Lewis Hamilton stunned the Formula 1 world. He was driving alongside the reigning 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso, the man who famously beat Michael Schumacher in 2005 and 2006. Hamilton didn't just keep up, he immediately matched Alonso's pace from the very first race. He finished on the podium in his first 9 Grand Prix, a debutante record that remains unbroken to this day. But the dream season slipped away in the most painful way. Hamilton narrowly lost the 2007 World Championship by a single point to Ferrari's Kimi Räikkönen. For Hamilton, the loss was a bitter lesson. Behind the scenes, McLaren collapsed due to internal rivalry between the drivers. And by the end of the season, Fernando Alonso walked away from the team after just 1 year. The 2008 season became a test of resilience. With Alonso gone, McLaren was now Hamilton's team, and the pressure was relentless. Hamilton faced fierce competition from Ferrari's Felipe Massa, and once again, the championship went down to the final race. this time in Brazil.
We're expecting Massa anytime now. He has done everything he needed to do, and we wait now to find out who will be the world champion of 2008. Can Hamilton do anything?
And is that Glock going slowly?
It is. That's Glock. Oh my goodness me! Hamilton's back in position again. You're absolutely right. I'm sure that he is going to claim 5th place, which is all he needs to do to become the 2008 Formula One world champion, Lewis Hamilton. And you will.
At just 23 years old, Lewis Hamilton became the youngest Formula One world champion at the time and the first black driver to win an F1 title. From that moment on, Lewis Hamilton was no longer a prodigy, he was a champion. By 2012, repeated pit stop errors, reliability issues, and lost victories were enough to convince Hamilton to make the historic switch to Mercedes. You see, the entire time, Hamilton's relationship with McLaren had been deteriorating. Mercedes lurked behind the scene. It wasn't easy to get Hamilton to come around. After all, he has been with McLaren for all his F1 career, and the truth is, at the time, joining Mercedes would be a gamble. On paper, McLaren was still the better team. Niki Lauda, Mercedes' non-executive chairman, personally persuaded Hamilton, while Toto Wolff, the team's executive director, handled the deal and long-term strategy. Hamilton finally joined Mercedes for the 2013 season. The move went viral. Everyone, from F1 fans to sport journalists, thought it was a mistake. Hamilton, now confident in Mercedes, was certain he made the right gamble. With Hamilton now reunited with Nico Rosberg, they met around 1997 in karting events in Europe and became teammates in 2000 under MBM. Mercedes had the talent. Now they just needed results. Hamilton established himself as Mercedes' faster qualifier and multi-race winner, while Rosberg secured major victories like Monaco and Silverstone and delivered steady podiums that, together, helped Mercedes dominate. However, it became very evident that the friendship and chemistry they shared had turned into heated rivalry. Hamilton would go on to win back-to-back world championship wins in 2014 and 2015. However, in 2016, Nico was on another level. He was fully determined to be world champion. Hamilton suffered setbacks this season, and his rivalry with Nico Rosberg hit even greater heights due to an infamous crash in Spain 2016.
He's ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Round turn 3 we go, and it's Nico Rosberg, and Hamilton's onto the grass, and Hamilton's had a massive crash, and he's crashed into his teammate. The two Mercedes come together as Hamilton tried to pass on the inside, and he can cover his
Nico
hands
would go
over his
on to
eyes,
win his
and
world
he
championship after many years of
Grand
perseverance.
Prix, Nico Rosberg is second. He takes the championship. 34
Nico
years
Rosberg, world champion in 2016.
In a shocking turn of events, Nico would go on to retire. His decision sent shockwaves across the F1 world. However, people came to respect his choice to end his career on his own terms. Mercedes needed a replacement, and they settled on Valtteri Bottas. The following season, Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel would compete fiercely. Hamilton had a shaky start to the season, similar to the previous season. Using everything he had learned from his mistakes, he won the title. In 2018, Hamilton secured his 5th world championship. In 2019, he won his 6th title, tying Fangio's all-time record. The 2020 season was shortened due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This didn't stop Mercedes from dominating F1. Hamilton won a whopping 11 races and secured his 7th world championship, equaling Michael Schumacher's all-time record. 2021 season was remembered as one of the most dramatic and controversial in F1 history. It was marked by a year-long duel with Max Verstappen. The Abu Dhabi race was the title decider. Both Hamilton and Verstappen were tied on points. Hamilton looked on course to become a record 8th-time world champion. However, when Nicholas Latifi crashed late in the race, a safety car was deployed. The racing director at the time, Michael Masi, made a controversial decision to allow only the cars between Hamilton and Verstappen to unlap themselves, setting up one final racing lap with Hamilton having Hamilton on worn-out tires and Verstappen on fresh tires. Verstappen went on to overtake Hamilton and win the championship.
Far enough back, he's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees it coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race. Verstappen now snatches the championship trophy from Lewis Hamilton, who's trying to fight back.
No DRS for 2.
Many fans felt Hamilton was robbed. Hamilton was shocked and disappointed, but remained professional and showed sportsmanship. In 2022, Mercedes struggled with new regulations, and Hamilton had his first winless season since 2012. The struggle continued the next season. He was no longer the main focus of Mercedes anymore. He was more of a mentor to his young teammates. The 2024 season was Hamilton's last season with Mercedes. It marked an end to the 12-year partnership known as the Mercedes F1 dynasty. Hamilton's first season with Ferrari was one of the toughest of his career. For the first time since 2007, he finished the full season without a podium or Grand Prix. He regards it as his worst season ever, but he's also eager for a fresh start next season. If there's one thing about Hamilton is known for, it's that he always comes back stronger. Hamilton is regarded as one of the greatest Formula One drivers. He is still a 7-time world champion in a sport where most are lucky enough to win one. But what's your take on his legacy? Do you think Lewis was robbed in 2021, or has Max truly taken over the throne? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey through Lewis's career, please hit that like button. It really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe to How They Started for more stories behind the world's greatest icons and businesses. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.